Happy Monday, we're back at work. Another big push on the 03 Jet Black M5 today. I was on the phone or in the office or communicating with people most of the day, so I don't know all of the specifics. I haven't gone through the work order yet. He did mention tie rods, and sure enough, we've got new tie rods in there. I looked out and saw him bleeding brakes, so that got done. Navigation software got updated. And inside tonight, we have the 98 540. I finished the xenon headlight retrofit. So those are in and looking absolutely beautiful. I'd forgotten that on the passenger side, you have to kind of bend that high or low port, whichever it is, the AC service port out of the way. Otherwise, it would hit the halo bulb on the newer style headlight. But they're in, wired really well. I'm wrapping everything that I do now custom in that Tesa tape or Tesa tape, and it just makes it look factory, adds another layer of protection, and everything's super neat. And is this hood unlatched? Yeah, so why don't we just look? So we've got nice clean wires here running down there. This we had, of course, have to split the old signal wire two ways, one for the halo, one for the new signal. Xenon ballasts plug right in, so this is what used to plug into the halogen low beam. Now it plugs into that. The only coating I've done so far is coating off the checks for the low beam bulbs on the LCM. For some reason, PASoft will not let me look at some of the coating data, so I can't put it in Xenon mode. But if I did, then we'd get a bunch of codes for headlight level sensors, for LRA communication. I think we're better off just turning off the checks. It's sending the same 12 volts instead of into the bulb, into the ballast. So the car doesn't really know that it has xenons, and that should be absolutely fine. That is open because this car needs to have its brakes bled after the stainless lines went in all around. So that hopefully will happen tomorrow. We got a work scope approved on this 03 that needs a little bit of love. It's all of the red items from the inspection, in addition to the yellow ones that make sense to do as we're doing those yellow or as we're doing those red items. So nice, healthy work order. I got most everything ordered today. This project will take a bit of a backseat to other things that were here first. That is the A1 priority, as he's picking the car up Saturday. No ifs, ands, or buts. And then I need to hear from the owner of that 540 that I put the headlights in to see what he wants to do with the suspension. I've been waiting on that with no responses yet. Christian's car is done and ready to go. He's coming on Thursday to pick that up. And then we're digging into this as the next high priority. The rod bearings on the 09 M5. Now, we look over here, we've got a Rosa Barchetta 1995 355 manual in here. Kenan was driving this weekend early on Sunday, had Kevin from Elite Finish behind him, and they noticed some smoke, which is never a good thing from a Ferrari. So pulled over and eventually got the car up here. It turns out the inner left axle boot has failed, which is super annoying because that was installed 600 miles ago by the previous owner in Texas. So it was either a bad part or improperly installed. But the smoke was just a little bit of the grease getting out and burning off the hot part of the engine. So no cause for concern there. The fuel recall, fuel divider block has been completed on this car probably many years ago. So now we're in a time crunch to see if we can get that axle out, repacked, cleaned up, repaired, resealed, whatever, before the February 18th drive. And he's got family coming in town in a few weeks and wants to be able to drive his sister around in the new car. It was supposed to go to a local Ferrari shop today, but they're backed up until Thursday, and it's not rocket science, so we'll see what happens there. Wheels came back for the 03 M5. I know I'm all over the place. I'm just looking around. It's like, ooh, look, mint 65s. They came back nice and shiny in chrome shadow. When they mount tires, they don't go around and clean off the rim of the wheel, so every time I get them back, it's like, oh no, is that a scratch? No, everything comes right out. It's just that tire mounting goo. And that's what went on here today. So end of Monday, I've got leftovers from last night. I'm gonna go home and shower and eat that. I'll talk to you later.